Welcome to this Zentangle Quickie. My name is Heather Hartwick Gladden. I'm a certified Zentangle teacher. And today we're going to take a look at the Tangle bowstring from CZT Daniela Nielsen. I liked this one in particular because it's an interesting background, really. Or a fill-in, up to you however you're going to use it. Well, I think I'm going to go off of we'll go off the paper. So this starts up with a bunch of straight lines, and I'm going to separate these. Oh, I guess I'm going to put 3 down here. Sort of even-ish. All right. And then, now this part, of course, like a lot of things, up to you, how you want to position these dots. But I'm going to start right here in the middle. And, well, I'm going to put one up here. And you want to leave some separation, obviously, because then on the strings just adjacent, we're going to alternate where those dots are. Like so. I'm just going to flip this so it's easier to see. Yes, it is. I say that I'm like, I haven't even looked at the screen to see. I've been lucky. I had everything positioned just right, and I haven't knocked it out of position yet. So it's been a while. I'm just making these a little bit, well, I thought I was making them a little uniform. All right. Then, now here you can play with this one. Actually, I'm going to leave the center one to play, just because I think that would be cute. All right. And that we're essentially, we could call these tethered orbs. I started just from looking at Daniela's step outs, and she does have there's a couple different shapes, and then there's one where she plays, and I'll save that one for the middle, like I said. So what I was doing is from the orb, coming out, kind of making like a rounded triangle. That's just what I was doing. Like some of hers are, maybe more round, kind of like a flux shape. But so we're going to do this, and then some of them don't turn out, if they don't turn out exactly the same, both sides, it's okay. All right, and we'll do this on all of them, and that's what's just kind of fun with this is that you don't have to worry so much about how it's coming out, because they can all be a little bit different. It's all right. But so as you can see, we're just alternating them. Leaving that one. I'm kind of making mine kind of big, but I kind of like it. Like that. Easy peasy. And then she has us in the center. And I like this, one line kind of longer and then 2 shorter ones. And I'm trying to lift it off at the end. So you get that taper instead of it being a hard stop. There's just a slight difference. Well, like this one, I didn't really lift it up so much so you can see how it doesn't really taper there as it does say there. It's up to you. And, actually, just even having the light touch with it helps. It makes it just looks neat. I try to do the light touch, but then I run into this habit of going too fast. It's like you can have a light touch. This is me talking to me. You can have a light touch and not like go whoosh, 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 like it's a flicking motion. And this like I said, this is me talking to me. All right. Sorry, I keep moving it. Let me move this. There we go. Because I keep moving it up. All right. There we have it. And before we do some shading, let me show you my interpretation of Daniela's play was you could do like this and then do like an S sort of shape. You could do whatever you want. And it doesn't matter. That one, it could have been a little bit wider. And then same idea, you can do the three lines. That makes it look neat. In this one, she also put like a little curve line. It's coming from the orb like that. Just a little curve line into, or just touching that line. It just gives it, well, actually, if you take a look at the For More Inspiration link, hers much nicer than mine, but it adds a little, something extra that looks like a, either the bow or, the something wrapped around. I don't know. You can have fun with that. Actually, no, I'm not even going to try. I was like, oh, I could do it on the top too. No, I'm not gonna. Not gonna. All right. So for some shading, I'm going to start actually on the ends because this is kind of shaded already. And we can add a little bit of graphite to it, but I wanted to just start with this and see how it looks first. And I'm just doing this side because the best way to work the graphite and the tortillon is to have the tip of your pencil or the tip of your tortillon on I say it's on the line that you don't want to go over. That's the best way I can describe it. I've heard Rick describe it as the where you want it the darkest, and that sort of makes sense. It's awkward and can cause trouble if you're like trying to reach over, the line that you don't want to go over. Like I said, and it whichever way you think about it better. Because you can see that is where it is darkest, is right there where the tip is. And actually, because I've now packed this up with lots of graphite, because I don't really need much of anything, just a little touch maybe to accentuate the straight lines that we put in there. And when you do that, kind of turn your tortillon too, because that way you get it off of all of the sides. Just enough. I like it, and it gives it a nice little bend. And even, oops, let me turn it the right way around. And it's, the lines are similar to the line dot dot, right? It just finishes it off. Even if you're, whatever your shape you're doing kind of looks like a deflated balloon, or just it looks a little, it helps. It really does. It's such a nice finishing touch. So that is it for that one. It is so cute. And like I said, you can do this, you could put the lines closer together and make them all smaller if you want. Completely up to you. Really, really fun. And I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please click like. I appreciate that. And if you haven't subscribed yet to the channel, I hope that you would do that as well. Again, I appreciate that too. In the description section, I mentioned links to step outs. I always do my own version, and then link to the creator of the Tangle. Below that, ways to connect with me if you wish. I have a link to my website as well as Facebook page. Both places you can see the classes I do. On my website, though, you can see like all of them. When I schedule them, I will schedule them on Facebook and things like that. But there you can kind of see the range of what we do. I do have free classes. Actually, most of them are free. I have 3 of them that are not in a month. But come join us for free. It's a great time. It really is. Let's see. Oh, and below that, last but not least, absolutely not least, if you want to hang out with a bunch of amazing Tangle addicts, we'd love to hang out with you. There's a link there to our private Facebook page. So again, if you happen to be on Facebook, we'd love to hang out with you. So with that, thanks so much for watching, and I wish you happy tangling.